It's Kevin Garcia with FightHype.com, and I've got the undisputed 130-pound champion herself, Alycia the Baumgardner. How you feeling?
I am blessed, man. I'm feeling so good. Just thankful to be in the boxing atmosphere. I needed this to just fill my spirits, keep me straight here. You feel me? So I'm good.
Yeah, you definitely look like you've been keeping on weight and definitely keeping in shape, champ.
Okay,
so
because it's a lifestyle, baby.
For sure. So I mean, look, I haven't seen you in a while. You know, last time I saw you was in Detroit. Obviously, you had a really big win. You showed out. We had a great time. After the fight, you know, Fight Hype definitely shared some of your enjoyment then too. And then, you know, unfortunately, some news came out post-fight that kind of derailed that momentum for you, at least, you know, in the interim. But you released a statement in November, so we won't drag this out so much. Just wanted to ask you, champ, where are things at now in terms of that failed test, in terms of you're taking another test from an independent laboratory, and then going forward for you with this whole saga?
So right now, I've done everything in my power. I've done my due diligence to prove my innocence or why I've always been a clean fighter, why I've always stood on being a clean fighter. I provided all these details to the sanctioning bodies, to the Mission Commission. I've been very, very persistent with this. And one thing people have to know, I have to do this on my own. I'm not getting any help. So I'm getting my own lawyers, my own experts on these things, on these matters, because at the end of the day, who's going to represent me? Myself and the people who are behind me. And I have a great team behind me who have been working very hard to, again, show the world why I've always been innocent. Now, at the end of the day, people are going to believe me, and some people aren't going to believe me. I don't care. I know who I am. I know what I stand on. I know my principles, my values, my morals as an athlete and as a champion. So all I can say is we're just waiting. I'm being patient. The Lord is teaching me patience in this moment, and that's all I can do. I'm doing everything as a champion. That's staying in the gym, staying ready, staying on weight until they give me that phone call to say, hey, we got a fight ready for you. And again, I'm just keeping positive vibes as always.
For sure. So when you say you're waiting, are you waiting on, like, is there like a final decision that still needs to be made, or?
Yeah, we're waiting. So again, people have to understand these things take time. If I could freaking fight tomorrow, I would. I'm waiting on the Michigan Commission to make a decision, right? They are still under investigation. Not only are they investigating me, they're investigating the lab, they're investigating everybody involved with this whole situation. So these things take time, as they should, and things should be, you know, looked thoroughly, you know what I'm saying? Not just overlooked. They need to deeply look, because this is a serious matter, and for people to speak on my name, to call me a cheater is wild, okay? It's not even me, but I get it. The shit happened, so now I'm fighting it, and I'm 10 toes down, baby. I'm still here. So.
Let's go. All right, so, you know, something else you just made mention of, and I was going to ask you anyway about your support during this time, right? So, you know, obviously this happened, and you just alluded to doing everything, it sounds like, out of pocket, looking for all these experts. Can you talk a little bit about where support maybe has been or hasn't been for you? You know, maybe how you've been receiving some help or not receiving some help during this time? I've just been doing it on my own. And, you know, as a fighter in the game, as a woman fighter, you know, my pay isn't like a man pay, so I'm spending all my earned money on this, but it's worth it because, again, I'm showing the world why I've always been a clean athlete, and the support's been good. You know, I see the people who have supported me online, my family, my friends. That's what matters to me, is just keeping my mental 100% straight, and this comes with it. When you're great, when they can't deny, they trying to deny greatness, and I get it. So I understand what type of world I'm living in. So that's just what that is. But I don't let that world become of me. You know what I'm saying? So again, I'm thankful for everybody who has supported me, who has known me from the get-go, from yay high, from 8 years old and up, that this has been all hard work and dedication. Definitely. And I appreciate the insight. Obviously, we haven't heard from you in a little while. I did see you did a great interview with Ryan Nico, and you clarified a lot. Ryan's my girl. I thought it was great, but I definitely wanted to ask you for our Fight Hype fans as well. So thank you. Thank you. Let's switch gears here a little bit. So there's so much going on, and I could talk to you for an hour, but I won't keep you that long, I promise. 12 by 3-minute rounds. You know, Amanda just vacated her WBC belt. What are your thoughts on that whole thing? I think Amanda's doing the most. I think she wants to just have this attention on the first girl to do this. Who gives a fuck? We don't care. If you don't want the WBC belt, see you later. The 3-minute thing, it has to make sense.
for one, not all women I want to see fight 3 minutes because it's going to be boring, and that's just keeping it 100. Two, are you paying me more money to fight 3 minutes? That's important too. And if there's this thing about, oh, are we getting knockouts? I've gotten knockouts in 2 minutes. Amanda has gotten knockouts in 2 minutes. And again, Amanda's at the end of her rope in this game, so I can understand why she's doing this and why she wants to kind of ease her way out the game. That's all cool with me. But it's just it's a little funny.
Yeah, I think that was a point, as I've been asking different folks this, and I'll leave names off the record here, but, you know, I think that's the point that's kind of been stressing me more than anything. It's, are we getting paid more? It may be easier to speak when you're making certain amounts, right, to say, hey, I'm willing to fight more. But
absolutely. If for example, if it was a title fight and they're saying, hey, both teams agree to 3 minutes, okay, well, what are the purses? You know, these things have to be negotiated and they have to be accepted with both parties. You can't just force somebody, oh, I'm not fighting you because you don't want to fight 3 minutes. That's wild.
Yeah.
So.
No. Gotcha. Okay. Have you seen the video that just came out of Claressa in sparring, getting knocked out? Okay, what do you think about that?
Listen, wow. Okay, Twitter was wild for like 3 days. And I don't say too much. I just sit back and keep scrolling.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'm sure you've boxed men or sparred men. Have you ever had an experience like that?
What, get knocked out?
By a man?
Never.
By a man?
Never. And this is the thing. And again, I can only speak on what I'm speaking on. This is my opinion. I don't believe somebody took padding out of somebody's gloves. If you are a champion, you're sparring a champion, it's your team's job to make sure the gloves are being checked. You know, as a fighter, I'm asking, what size gloves are you wearing? Okay, I'm looking at your gloves. Everything needs to be in check when you're doing this. And I think, again, some stuff is just questionable. I got a lot of questions.
So, I mean, from your perspective, is that bad? Is that good? Because it was shocking, right? So you watch that video, you see her take a really hard shot, go down. Obviously, you're a boxer, you're a fighter. That's what you do. You take shots, you give shots. But from a man to a woman, I think that's where people feel a little...
So this is what I think.
Please, yeah.
These two both agree to spar each other. So that's one thing. Both parties agree. Claressa's sparring a man at the end of the day. As much as she talks about, I want to fight a man, I'm going to beat a man up, you still have to respect the man and his man's power, period. I don't care. And because you are in the ring with a man and they may be a little better than you, it'll just look like Claressa got caught and got dropped. That's it. And I don't think there was any vicious intent behind it. These two were just sparring. Claressa got caught. She got back up. And again, Claressa's going to feel some type of way and say, hey, them gloves, the padding was hotter then. Maybe she was embarrassed, and maybe that's why she said what she said. But them two agree to spar. And if she just got caught, I think that's just what it is. It is
what it is. So, in July, at your presser, she was there. Seemed like she was supporting you. In between then and recently, it seemed like you guys went a little back and forth on Twitter. Is there really a possibility that you would ever be at a weight where you guys could get in the ring? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think I read something where you guys were like kind of going back and forth, and it was like, yeah, we could fight kind of thing.
Listen, I would fight Claressa Shields at 147. If she's calling out MMA girls at 147, me and her can fight at 147. That's just facts. I don't care how big she is. Skills pay the bills, baby. I believe I'm just the better fighter. And I think that'd be a great fight for women's boxing. Claressa says she's the GOAT. That's great. But I know what I am.
All right.
So that's just that. And I think, why not? Ain't no shade throwing. She's going to believe she's the best. I know I'm the best. So why not have a great fight at Little Caesars Arena in Detroit?
What changed between the last time you saw her and now? Between that fight and now? Because y'all was cool.
I mean, we cool. We cordial. But at the end of the day, I'm a fighter.
There you go.
So is she. She's a competitor. I'm a competitor. I feel like I know I'm the best.
All right.
She feels like she's the best. So let's make it happen. Like, these are the fights that we need in boxing. So ain't no shade. I know she probably going to feel some type of way anyways, but it is what it is. I don't care. Listen, let me tell y'all something.
Tell us.
Next year ain't no for the sake of, for people's feelings. I don't care anymore. Like, this whole little shit that I went through, and like the people and just the talking and it's been a whole roller coaster for me. So next year, y'all really I'm just going to step it up another level, because I have to step it up another level. It ain't no for the sake of people's feelings anymore. Okay? And that's just that.
Got you. Who can we expect to see you in the ring with next, champ? There's options, right?
There's so many options. There's Amanda Serrano.
Yep.
Katie Taylor.
Yep.
Chantel Cameron.
Yep.
I want all these girls.
Period. Yep.
I want them all. I want them. I want to fight. Being out the ring for this long, trust me, like, I'm ready to go. Like, I'm ready to fight whoever and put this work on somebody because I'm ready.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't know what else to tell you about. I don't care who you are. I just know I'm great at what I do. I'm a champion for a reason, and I'm just ready to keep my legacy going because I'm great, baby. Like, that's just what it is.
No, definitely. I mean, you looked amazing in your last fight, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one.
Yes.
Last question for you. Last weekend, really big fight. Devin Haney, he had a great win against Regis Prograis. You know, he really showed out. In my opinion, I think in most boxing fans' opinion, anybody who watched the fight, Devin proved certain things in that fight that maybe were in doubt. His power, his ability to handle a new weight. What do you think about not only what Devin did in that fight, but his trajectory going forward, maybe what the next fight for him could possibly be?
Listen, y'all need to give that man his respect. Devin Haney is doing what he wants to do. This man is 25 years old. He has time on his hands. He has experience, and he's only getting better. That's what people have to understand. He went from 35 to 40. And again, this whole like weight thing, people have to understand when you're a bigger fighter, when you have muscles naturally, you take a lot of water. Like I made, I think, 126 one time. Like, this was early in my career. I hydrated up to 154. Like, these things happen. But that's besides the point. Devin is great at what he's doing. I think he's only getting better. The fight with Regis just showed that, you know, 140 is not a problem for him. And you're comfortable. When you are comfortable at fighting at a weight where you don't have to struggle, listen, it's every fighter's dream.
Is that how you feel at 130?
Absolutely, yes. I'm eating the week of the fight, the day before weigh-in.
Nice.
Even at 35, I'll feel great. Even
That's why you're
40.
never cranky for these interviews.
That's what I'm saying. Go back to some of these interviews. These fighters don't want to do no interviews because they're cranky. You feel me?
You always smiling, I tell you that.
Yeah, I'm smiling because I'm happy and I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited for Devin and see where his career is going. Who
do you think's next?
You said what?
Who do you think is next?
For him?
Yeah.
I think a fight with Ryan Garcia is a great fight.
Yeah.
I think, you know, everyone wants to see Tank and Devin. Cool. But boxing needs to be, we have so many great fighters in this division. So let's make great fights. But that fight, Devin and Tank, is going to be a great fight. We don't know if that fight's going to come in 2 years. We don't know.
Sure.
But I think just each fighter, people have to understand boxing is business at the end of the day. And who can sell a fight.
Definitely.
So.
Well, thank you so much for your time, champ.
Thank you for having me.
We look forward to seeing you soon on Fight Hype again, but more importantly in that ring. And before we go, we'll just give you a little outro because you're looking amazing.
Amazing. The one and only undisputed. Y'all understand what time it is. Okay?
There you go. Fight